Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got something wild for you straight from the heart of Australia. Here in Queensland, Australia, there's an epic off-road track nicknamed Hellhill, officially known as Bureaucratic Hill. Imagine this, it's a super steep 10-meter long slope with a crazy 50-degree angle. The rocks are sharp, the mud is super slippery, and it's considered the ultimate test for any off-road vehicle. Almost every Aussie off-roader tries to conquer this hill, but most of them come here after heavy modifications to their trucks. It's wild, it's tough, and today we are gonna check it out. The GWM brought 3 of their vehicles here, the GWM Cannon Alpha PHEV, the GWM Cannon XSR Diesel, and the GWM Tank 300 Diesel. And guess what? All 3 made it to the top completely stock, no modifications at all. Even more amazing, one of these tracks, the GWM Cannon Alpha PHEV, is actually a plug-in hybrid pickup. Locals watching were blown away, saying things like, "That's incredible" and "That's awesome." And here's some extra good news from Lily, a lovely staff member at the GWM dealership in Pennant Hills, Sydney. The recently launched Cannon Alpha PHEV just won the Best Electric Pickup of 2025 award in Australia. Pretty impressive, right? The amazing victory at Bureaucratic Hill wasn't just luck, it marked a huge turning point for the GWM in Australia. But getting here wasn't easy at all. In fact, the GWM faced a really tough start when they first arrived in Australia back in 2009. At the time, big brands like Toyota and Ford had already dominated the pickup truck market for decades. The GWM tried to win buyers by offering trucks nearly 10,000 Australian dollars cheaper than the Japanese competitors, but cheaper didn't mean automatic success. In 2012, disaster struck with the asbestos scandal. Some GWM trucks had parts that didn't meet Australian safety laws, and sales instantly dropped. But the problem didn't end there. Initially, the GWM relied on a local distributor called Atico for their sales in Australia. Over time, though, disagreements on marketing strategies, pricing, and brand positioning created big conflicts. Things got so bad that by 2015, the GWM only sold 142 trucks in the whole year. Eventually, Atico ended their partnership with the GWM and even demanded huge compensation. This left the GWM sales network in chaos and severely damaged their reputation in Australia. But 2016 was a game changer for the GWM. After parting ways with Atico, they made a bold move, setting up their own Australian company and taking charge themselves. Starting from scratch, the GWM rebuilt their dealer network, growing it from just 5 dealers to over 100. The first few years were tough, but the GWM knew they had to earn Aussie's trust by changing their strategy completely. And instead of just selling on price, they started focusing heavily on quality and reliability. One huge improvement was reducing the wait for a spare part from 1 whole month down to just 24 hours. This was a total game changer, and suddenly Australians started giving the GWM a second chance. Things really turned around in 2021. The GWM launched their Hellhill CUV lineup, and sales began to climb. Even better, they jumped into the electric vehicle market at exactly the right time, setting the stage for even bigger success. In 2023, the GWM officially kicked off their electric vehicle journey in Australia with the launch of Aura Goodcat. But they didn't stop there. Adding the GWM Cannon XSR, GWM Cannon Alpha, and Tank brands meant they finally had a lineup strong enough to compete head-to-head with giants like Toyota and Ford in Australia's super popular pickup and off-road CUV market. Their multi-brand approach quickly started paying off. By 2024, the GWM's annual sales in Australia jumped to an impressive 40,000 units. Just like that, they made an amazing comeback, transforming from nearly forgotten to one of Australia's mainstream favorites. For this trip, I connected directly with the GWM dealership in Pennant Hills, Sydney. And I have to say, I was really impressed. Their customer service is incredible and has built up an amazing reputation among Aussie drivers. I even joined their local owners group chat. Whether someone had a big problem or just a tiny question, they always got a quick response. Pennant Hills is actually a local Aussie family business. The owner is this friendly older gentleman who personally runs things every single day. June is Australia's busy season for car buying, kind of like China's huge 618 shopping festival. So the dealership was packed with people picking up their new trucks, which meant our interview got delayed quite a bit. But we're doing our best to find some time to let the owner share some cool stories about his dealership and the GWM's history in Australia.
Hi, my name's Ian Creek. I'm the dealer principal at GWM at Pennant Hills. I'd like to give you a little idea of our history. This is in front of the dealership in 1909. This is looking north on Pennant Hills Road in 1907. That's Thornley Station in 1910. And then we have humble beginnings here in 1996. We have been fortunate enough to be at the same location, the same family business, and the same consistent level of customer service. Let me walk you around our dealership. This is the stunning Tank 300 diesel, one of the flagships of the new 2025 model lineup. The most recent PHEV Cannon Alpha, 1,000 kilometre range or 200 kilometres range by battery.
Just when the dealership owner was halfway through his GWM story, another customer came in and he quickly went back to helping out. Honestly, seeing local Aussie dealerships like Pennant Hills deliver such consistently great service made me realize why the GWM has such a strong reputation here now. In Australia, word of mouth is way more powerful than any advertisement, and the GWM's amazing performance at Bureau Hill has become their best possible marketing tool. Nowadays, customers come in every day simply because friends recommended the GWM trucks to them. At Pennant Hills in Sydney, we even met Zoe, a lovely lady from a farm nearby. She told us her boss had recommended the GWM pickup, so she decided to come down and test drive the GWM Cannon herself, and she was totally blown away by how good it was.
Hi Zoe, thanks for coming in. So you're fresh out of the driver's seat of driving the new GWM Cannon. Just what are your impressions?
I was really impressed with the usability of it all. It was very, like from the get-go, I found it very easy to use and a very nice drive experience.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very good. We're looking for it for our farm, so we tried the Ute, the Canon Vanza, I'm quite sure. We're looking at lots of different models. And yeah, I'm very impressed by the drivability. I think it'll be great off-road and all the different features, especially the safety features, I'm very impressed by.
Do you think you'll get plenty of use of the car? I know you're Sydney based and your farm's quite away from here. So do you think you'll do quite a few kilometres driving back?
100%, yeah. And I do feel, again, I feel very reassured by the safety features on the car, especially for those long drives. So.
Wonderful.
Budget-friendly option towards the other bigger brands, because my boss was very interested in it, and I'm driving it. I'm leaving with very high, feelings towards the brand.
In just 15 years, the GWM went from struggling all alone in a foreign market to becoming a major player in Australia. Their yearly sales grew from just a few hundred vehicles to a massive 40,000 units. From being an underdog brand, they've climbed all the way into Australia's top 10 car brands, and they've become a benchmark for Chinese automakers going global. The GWM story in Australia proves one powerful thing. Sometimes a crisis isn't the end. It's actually the beginning of something even better.